Preparing to live stream.
Oh,
Okay,
I see it.
I'm there.
It's happening.
Good. Thank you.
I'm ready to link it, so I'll wait 5 minutes and I'll backlink it to Facebook.
Sounds good. Thanks a lot, David.
Thanks.
I'm there.
Well, hi there. It's 7 o'clock, so it's time to start this session of the Fairhaven College Music Streaming Festival, and I'm thrilled to be asked to be part of it. My name is Marie Eaton, and I was part of the Fairhaven community from 1989 to 2015. I went there to be their dean in 1989. I loved my time at the college and still obviously am part of the extended community. I think it's really fun that they're doing this music series where they're reaching out to former alums and other members of the Fairhaven community to just share some music with you on Thursday nights. So it's great. If you haven't tuned in before, hope you do this in subsequent weeks. Before I begin, a big thank to David Donahue, who helped me negotiate this streaming challenge. It was not easy to come to you via both Facebook and YouTube, but I think it's happening, so I'm happy about it. So I'm going to share with you a bunch of songs that I've written. When I was at the college, I taught songwriting, and I loved teaching the students. It was such a delight to be able to have a whole quarter to think about how to craft a song. So I'm going to share with you a bunch that I've written, and the first one's called Cup of Coffee, one of my favorite vices. We might win, we might lose, but either way the sun comes up. If colors are all grays and blues, just pour some coffee in my cup. We might seek, we might find, but either way the sun comes up. And if we all get left behind, just pour some coffee in my cup. A cup of coffee. A cup of coffee, here, take it. A cup of coffee makes it. A cup of coffee makes it fine. We might seek, we might find, but either way the sun comes up. And if we all get left behind, just pour some coffee in my cup. A cup of coffee. A cup of coffee, here, take it. A cup of coffee makes it. A cup of coffee makes it fine. We might wake, we might sleep, but either way the sun comes up. And if there are no dreams to keep, just pour some coffee in my cup. A cup of coffee. A cup of coffee, here, take it. A cup of coffee makes it. A cup of coffee makes it fine. We might look, we might see, but either way the sun comes up. And the answer to the mystery, just pour some coffee in my cup. A cup of coffee. A cup of coffee, here, take it. A cup of coffee makes it. A cup of coffee makes it fine. Yeah, good cup of coffee in the morning. It's gets me going on the day. So the second one I wrote quite a while ago. It was kind of a challenge to myself to write something that had a little bit of a bluesy feel, but it's not a straight ahead blues. I like to dance, dance a step that moves me with its beat, and just a little heat. The dance I do best with you best, we do best off our feet. Cook a food that's hot and full of spice. Stir it once or twice. The dish I cook up with you best, we cook up best at night. So let's start cooking, come and hold me tight. I wanna be the reason you don't sleep at night. I like to talk and tell the stories of my day. I got a lot to say, but when I'm talking with you, we don't let the words get in the way. So let's stop talking, come and hold me tight. I wanna be the reason you don't sleep at night. I like to sing in song that has a lovelorn tune. I like to croon the song I sing best with you best. We howl it to the moon. The song I sing best with you best. We howl it to the moon. That was a fun one to write. This COVID time has been a time of pretty intense writing, actually. It's one of the things I can do with my day, and I love writing. I have been participating in an early morning writing group, and we get a prompt each day, and sometimes they turn into poems, sometimes they turn into essays, sometimes they turn into songs. And this one was written in May. And the kind of grew from one of those writing mornings. It's called Don't Run from the Storm. Out on the horizon, clouds begin to gather, massing dark against the sky. Though you'd rather turn away, rather close your eyes, don't run from the storm. Don't run from the storm. Turn your face into the wind, feel the rain upon your skin. Don't run from the storm. And when the thunder starts to roar, can we be like the buffalo? Turn to face the snow and hail, and like the crow bravely fly through rain to ride the gale. Don't run from the storm. Don't run from the storm. Turn your face into the wind, feel the rain upon your skin. Don't run from the storm. And though the tempest rises to tear you apart, leaves you feeling worn and battered, perhaps Perhaps you'll find your heart again as all the old ways scatter. Don't run from the storm. Don't run from the storm. Turn your face into the wind. Feel the rain upon your skin. Don't run from the storm. Don't run from the storm. So one of the things that's been part of my musical life, a deep part of my musical life, is I've been a member of the musical group Motherlode for 40 years now. And I wanted to share one of the songs that we did together, because typically I don't sing by myself. I sing with a lot of other people in harmony, and I love that. And so I'm going to try to share a little video with you that I did from a song that I wrote called So I Remember. And this song actually has a kind of a good story. One of the exercises I gave students at Fairhaven when we were doing songwriting was to eavesdrop for a week and to collect just the things you hear in the air. There's some fabulous song lines out there. And Sarah Fulford came in, and one of the phrases she wrote on the board, which is where the phrases she was willing to give away, was, "I look for birds with broken wings." And I said, that's mine. So bear with me while I try to do my share screen and bring this video up. Okay. I look for birds with broken wings who cannot reach the sky. So I'll remember where I've been and when I learned to fly. I sing songs in minor keys with sadness aching deep. So I'll remember to call my dreams as I lay me down to sleep. I plant seeds that may not grow in dry and barren ground. So I'll remember the sound of rain falling all around. I seek boats with tattered sails, all stranded on the sand. So I'll remember the gifts that wind may blow into my hand. We are made of mostly stories, each chapter incomplete. Every heartache calls an angel as bitter calls to sweet. I knock on doors all locked up tight, a closed and shuttered face. So I'll remember that open hearts invite the light of grace. I find clocks with
span of days and the hills I've yet to climb. We are made of mostly stories, each chapter incomplete. Every heartache calls an angel as bitter calls to sweet. I look for birds with broken wings who cannot reach the sky. So I'll remember where I've been and when I learn to fly.
Thanks for indulging me. I think we might do that one more time during the session tonight, but back to live. This next song I wrote in 2016, not only in response to the election, but also to a bunch of shootings of young black men. And obviously in 2020, it's still happening. But this song came about, I was trying to write a song about children's toys. And it was an assignment I was given by one of my songwriting groups. And these other images kept intruding into that song, and you'll see how they kind of merge together. So this song is called Vertigo. Just read the paper, just heard the news, just listened to the interviews. Twist one way and I'm confused, twist the other, a glimpse of hope, like fragments in a kaleidoscope. Feels like everything keeps spinning round. I take a step but don't look down. No anchor here, no solid ground, vertigo. Another death, another gun. Imagine another mother's son. Her grief too deep for anyone. Tears cried near an empty bed. Newspaper planes keep flying in my head. Feels like everything keeps spinning round. Take a step but don't look down. No anchor here, no solid ground, vertigo. It isn't only black or white. It isn't only rage or fright. If we don't take steps to make it right in your city or my hometown, all our building blocks will tumble down. Feels like everything keeps spinning round. Take a step but don't look down. No anchor here, no solid ground, vertigo. If we will we wake up or fall apart? Is there room for an open heart? I don't know where to start or where to go. And everything's changed too slow, vertigo. Kind of feels like vertigo these days too, doesn't it? Okay, so change the pace a little bit. This came from a songwriting assignment that Cozy Sheridan gave me at one of the workshops that I've been to, and the idea was that instead of having a chorus, you would have a refrain that showed up in every verse. This one actually ended up with both the refrain and a chorus. It's called Empty Pockets. I hear your voice on the telephone like the melody of some old love song. If you turn around and head for home, I'll keep you in my pockets all day long. I smell the flowers in your hair like the melody of some old love song. If only you tell me that you care, I'd keep you in my pocket all day long. Empty pockets when we're apart. I'm always waiting on your heart. I touch the corner of your mouth like the melody of some old love song. If you just fly back from the south, I'll keep you in my pocket all day long. Empty pockets when we're apart. I'm always waiting on your I see the picture of your sweet face like the melody of some old love song. If you return to my embrace, I'll keep you in my pocket all day long. So I know other songwriters are writing a lot of things about COVID. There's so much to say. This one was written in, might have been the end of March. And I, like many other people, had gotten kind of on a cooking kick and was well into a baking project, and I realized that the yeast that I had was dead and that things were not going to rise. So I went to the store to buy a packet of yeast. And guess what? There is no yeast in Bellingham, not a packet, ounce, or gram. All the shelves are bare. I'm tearing out my hair. There is no yeast in Bellingham. I'm longing for a slice of bread with jam or butter thickly spread, warm and fragrant from the oven, baked with care and lovin', to eat with my cafe au lait. So I put on my gloves and mask to tackle the shopping task. But there's none at Fred's or Whole Foods or in the Co-op dry goods, much to my disappointment and dismay. No, there is no yeast in Bellingham, not a packet, ounce, or gram. All the shelves are bare. I'm tearing out my hair 'cause there is no yeast in Bellingham. So next I go to search online. Is there any yeast to find? Then I begin to steam 'cause the prices are extreme on Amazon and eBay. Stockpiling seems contagious. What they're charging is outrageous. Can't you hear my cries? We just want to rise, but there is no yeast in Bellingham. So what's with all this COVID hoarding? I know baking is rewarding, but please give me a break. Leave some behind and only take what you could use today. Yes, there is no yeast in Bellingham, not a packet, ounce or gram. All the shelves are bare. I'm tearing out my hair 'cause there is no yeast in Bellingham. Can't you hear my cries? We just want to rise 'cause there is no yeast in Bellingham. I finally got a packet from my good friend Janet. Was able to finish the baking project. And then I scored a nice big jar of it. I am willing to share. I still have some extra. So if you are yeastless, give me a call. So as I mentioned earlier, I usually don't sing by myself. I usually love to sing harmony with other people. And so this song is sort of about that loss and my frustration with where we still are with COVID. Okay, I'd say I think I better capo this. Okay, I'd say I've had enough, though I know that others have it tough. It's rough to have to stock the shelf, deliver food when I can't shop for myself. But will we ever gather with friends again? When might we fly on a plane? How many years will turn before we can sing together again? I'm sick and tired of quarantine, seeing grandkids only on a screen. We wash our hands and wear a mask, everything the experts ask. But will we ever gather with friends again? When might we fly on a plane? And how many years will turn before we can sing together again? Tears are rising in my eyes. I guess it's no surprise. I'm just longing for some human touch and a chance to harmonize. Or will we ever gather with friends again? When might we fly on a plane? How many years will turn before we can sing together again? I'm exhausted by this endless Zoom, stuck here in this shrinking room. I assume that someday this will end, or at least I can pretend. Will we ever gather with friends again? And when might we fly on a plane? And how many years will turn before we can sing together again? Will we ever gather with friends again? When might we fly on a plane? And how many years will turn before we can sing together again? Not too many more, I hope. I really missed that. So part of the early morning writing group is doing a little meditation together, and I have found that to be very grounding in this time. And This next one came from a poem by David Boudel, and the lines in the poem were, "This morning is the only light, this night is the only dark." And so I borrowed those two lines and then built this song. It's called This Life. This morning is the only light. The mind becomes an open sky. A flock of thoughts wings across the sunrise. This night is the only dark. The heart becomes a summer sea. Quiet spreads in circles across the water. Each night brings a horizon beyond where we can see. Each day an open hand fills the cup of love. This life is the only life. Every breath, a yes, I will, letting go, a journey coming home. Each light brings a horizon beyond where we can see. Each day an open hand fills the cup of love. Letting go, a journey coming home. So, this next song I wrote in 1999. One of the classes that I taught at Fairhaven was a food pathways class, where thinking about where does your food come from and over whose back do you walk to eat it. And it was a great class to teach. I learned, I'm sure, as much as the students learned about our food network and the inequalities and inequities that live inside that system. And I think a lot of people are pretty ignorant about where their food comes from. And so I wrote this song. It's called Did You Know? Ruby Dee's my name. I've been picking cotton on this farm for 20 years. My daddy planted to grow. We all worked hard to grow the cotton to grow feed clothe America. But then the big farms came to town and the banks foreclosed, and you wear my sorrow on your back. And did you know, when you bought that shirt at Walmart, did you know that they're poisoning the water and the little farms are dying to hang another t-shirt in your closet? Did you know? Did you know? Did you know? Maria Juanita's my name. I've been picking coffee beans on this land for 20 years. My family planted every tree under the shade to grow the coffee for America. But then the big farms came to town, they cut the forest down, and you drink my sorrow in your cup. And did you know, when you buy coffee beans at Starbucks, did you know that the rainforests are dying and the birds are disappearing while you drink your cup of coffee? Did you know? Did you know? Did you know? Sarah Jane's my name. I've been planting corn and wheat on this farm for 20 years. Granddad cleared stones from every field, plowed each row to grow the grain to feed America. But then the big farms came to town, they tore the future from the ground, and you eat my sorrow with your bread. And did you know, when you bought that bread at Safeway, did you know they're selling dead end seeds for profit, and the land is overplanted while you make another sandwich? Did you know? Did you know? Did you know? So I'd like to go out to one other video. When the Pulse nightclub shooting happened, it was devastating to many of us in the nation, and particularly to the queer community. And so this is the song I wrote to try to deal with my own grief about that event. So now I gotta find where I am here, okay? Okay. This is called Oh Orlando.
It was just a night of dancing to the pulse of salsa and cuarteto. It was just a night of laughter, a Corona with a friend. And then it was a nightmare, bullets and hatred to silence 49 beating hearts. Oh, Orlando, I didn't know you, but I know you. I could have been there, you, me. Oh, Orlando, don't let this bitter steal your sweetness. We are stronger than our sorrow, fiercer than our fear. 49 corazones latiendo. It was just a place to gather, a place to say your name out loud. Just an evening with some comrades who love you as you are. Then terror walked in through the door, bullets and rage to silence 49 beating hearts. Oh, Orlando, I didn't know you, but I know you. I could have been there, you might be me. Oh, Orlando, don't let this bitter steal your sweetness. We are stronger than our sorrow and fiercer than our fear. 49 corazones latiendo. It wasn't just a random turning, a spinning of the wheel. This long road to love we've traveled has been filled with risk and fear. But we will stand together, allies and lovers, the sound of 9 million beating, loving hearts. Orlando, I didn't know you, but I know you. I could have been there, you might be me. Oh, Orlando, don't let this bitter steal your sweetness. We are stronger than our sorrow and fiercer than our fear. 49 corazones latiendo, 9 millones de corazones latiendo de amor.
Okay. Thank you for that again, for indulging me. I think that John Lewis was as close to a modern day saint as we have had the pleasure to know in our country. And when he died, I went back and listened to a lot of his speeches. And this song is a tribute to him, and the chorus is words borrowed from him. A little message to us. John Lewis has gone home. His work on earth is done, but it still resound and ring. He left us with this song. Find a way to make good trouble. Do everything we can to get in the way and make a way out of no way. Make necessary trouble, good trouble. John Lewis now can rest. There's still injustice to be addressed. So when you see something is not right, speak up, speak out, stand up and fight. Find a way to make good trouble. Do everything we can to get in the way, or make a way out of no way. Make necessary trouble, good trouble. Good trouble is not patient. Good trouble does not despair. It brings opportunity to create beloved community, more like a prayer. So find a way to make good trouble. Do everything we can to get in the way, or make a way out of no way. Make necessary trouble good trouble. Oh, thank you, John Lewis. We've got some more good trouble to be making, I think, and these times ahead. So here's another one that came out of this time of hunkering down and watching the world change and thinking about what we keep and what we don't keep. This is called Holding On. Looking out toward the horizon in the fading evening light, I find myself remembering as birds circle and take flight, still holding on to what is gone, holding on. Strings and strands of memory bind your heart and mine. Days and years of loving down a crooked winding line, still holding on to what is gone, holding on. You're away but not forgotten in my dreams from dusk till dawn. Your voice echoes through my daytimes, holding on to what is gone. And I wonder where you're traveling, what paths your feet have found, if your journey's still unwinding, or if you're homeward bound, still holding on to what is gone, holding on. And as darkness falls around me, I say a silent prayer that I might open up the door to find you standing there, still holding on to what is gone, holding on, still holding on to what is gone, holding on. So back in April, I read an article by Arundhati Roy in the Financial Times, and she talked about the coronavirus as a great pause, a chance for us to just step back and assess the kind of trajectory we have been on and the life we've been living, and that if we could take this moment and actually reevaluate, perhaps we would learn some things. So I was moved to write this song. It's called This Great Pause. And thanks to Arundhati Roy for those thoughts. We find ourselves in lockdown, a cocoon of quarantine. We watch the whole world weeping as we pray for a vaccine. We view the charts, count the numbers with dark and anxious dread. In a fearful apocalypse, we wrap and tag the dead. Yet can we hear that quiet voice behind the deafening noise, stumble toward a path of healing as plague rages and destroys? Though this virus is our enemy, its messenger as well. If only we will listen to the stories it might tell. In this great pause, the curtain is wide open. In this great pause, we can rewire our hearts. A gift we've been given, new beginning, new start in this great pause. Let the virus shine a light on how we used to live. Teach us how to question, how to wonder and forgive. Together we can face the ways our country has gone wrong, and gather on our balconies to sing a common song. In this great pause, the curtain is wide open. In this great pause, we can rewire our hearts. A gift we've been given, new beginning, new start in this great pause. Let love at what has been hurting and mend what has been torn. Take the time to breathe and take the time to mourn. And when all the doors reopen, let's name the things we must redo. Dream a different story, how to make the world anew. In this great pause, the curtain is wide open. In this great pause, we can rewire our hearts. A gift we've been given, new beginning, new start in this great pause. A gift we've been given, new beginning, new start in this great pause. Yeah. So I like to give myself songwriting assignments. And I was at a Beatles jam a couple of years ago, and I was listening to Here, There, and Everywhere. And I thought, oh my gosh, they changed keys right in the middle of the piece. So I decided I needed to write a song that does the same thing. So this was thanks to the Beatles for their the beginning ideas of this chord progression, but it's not exactly the same. It's called Unfolding. See. I wanna bring you sweet water from the well. You smile and offer the sound of love's deep bell, a sweet taste on the tongue of songs yet to be sung. Let's learn how this story goes and tell the secrets we are holding. Let's learn to live like a river flows in the surprise of our unfolding. I want to show you how day turns into night. You smile and say everything's gonna be alright, with tales still to be told and loving arms to hold. Let's learn how this story goes and tell the secrets we are holding. Let's learn to live like a river flows in the surprise of our unfolding. I want to sing you a tender lullaby. You smile and show me the moonrise in the sky, a poem we know by heart to say when we're apart. Let's learn how this story goes and share the secrets we are holding. Let's learn to live like a river flows in the surprise of our unfolding. Let's learn to live like the river flows in the surprise of our unfolding. That was a fun thing to write. Okay, here's another little, a different kind of love song, but a little, if you could thought about someone you care about and there was only one thing you could give them or one thing you could offer them, what might that be? So this was my answer to that question. It's called If I Could. If I could show you just one thing, I'd paint the darkness into dawn. As long light captures drops of dew scattered all across the lawn. It's always you I choose, and so you know I will, while lovers and dreamers are listening still. If I could sing you just one song, I'd sing the one we both remember, full of longing and desire, warmed by love's bright ember. It's always you I choose, and so you know I will, while lovers and dreamers are listening still. If I could tell you just one story, I'd pick the one that has no end, with answers we're too young to know, questions we can't comprehend. It's always you I choose, and so you know I will, while lovers and dreamers are listening still. It's always you I choose, and so you know I will, while lovers and dreamers are listening still. So we're almost done with our hour together, and I'm going to sing one more song that I wrote during this COVID time. Just thinking about how precious my friends are, all the people I've done music with, all the people the wonderful students I've taught, many of them are still in my life in a very rich and wonderful way, and my wonderful family. So this is called Company of Friends. And I do need to capo it. And I do need a drink of water. Okay. Don't know where the road may go, no map for the turns and bends. My feet are tired, the pace is slow, but I'm walking with my friends, in the company of friends, through valleys, hills, and canyons, from morning light to soft twilight, always my heart's companions, always my heart's companions. Don't know where the door may lead, I can't see the other side, but there's courage to proceed with loving as our guide, in the company of friends, through valleys, hills, and canyons, from morning light to soft twilight, always my heart's companions, always my heart's companion. Don't know where the journey ends, the path seems hard and long, but in the company of friends we'll pave the road with song, in the company of friends, through valleys, hills, and canyons, from morning light to soft twilight, always my heart's companions, always my heart's companions, in the company of friends, through valleys, hills, and canyons, from morning light to soft twilight, always my heart's companions, always my heart's companions. So thank you for sharing this part of your evening with me. And I hope you come back to one of the other Fairhaven music streaming series. I think it's a wonderful thing they're doing to build community across our distances. I appreciate it. So thanks to all of you for coming, and